Jimmy, everything in this garden has literally doubled in the last 2 weeks. I can't believe how big that corn's gotten.
It's absolutely amazing. I got to tell you, I'm amazed at how well everything is growing in the garden today. I mean, you look at the corn and we're looking at about 8 feet in the center of it. And, you know, having never grown corn before, I'm just amazed at it. The luck that I'm having is a result of everybody in the community really giving me their knowledge. I've told you before about Peter and my customers. Just the other night, I had a customer come in, and he's been a farmer in Milton all of his life, literally all of his life. And I walked him down here. I was a little embarrassed because, you know, I've got an amateur farm, and he's a professional farmer. And, you know, he came down here, and he was amazed at how big everything was, how organized everything was, and how much fruit we had on all of our plants. And so for me, that was a nice pat on the back. The other pat on the back comes as we start to harvest. We are actually currently harvesting cucumbers, about 35 or 40 a day. We pulled all of our mustard greens and our turnips, and they are in full production in the restaurant. So you got to come out and try some. They're garden fresh. I pick the cucumbers in the morning. They're on the plate in the evening. Come on, let me show you a little bit more of the garden. I'm pulling cukes like this out of here every day. I mean, I just pulled yesterday. This one was about this big. So I'm running, I mean, right here in this one area, I got 2 or 3 of them right here that are ready to go for Chef Boyd tonight. And again, I'm pulling about 35 of these a day, and I've got 3 rows of these in, and only one's producing at this point. So come get your cucumber salads. They are fresh. They're served with a little creamy dill dressing. The dill's out of the garden as well. So there you go. These are my lima beans. I got 2 kinds growing here, and as you can tell, they're about 3 feet tall. They got little bitty fruit on them right on the ends here, so I do expect the flowers to be producing in the next about week to 10 days. And I've got 2 different kinds. These are the Dixie Lily White, and then on the other side over here are the Jackson Wonders. But these are bush beans. They're growing just like they're supposed to in a nice bush, and they're doing my favorite thing, which is they are self-weeding themselves. As you can see, there's very few weeds growing down here, and that means I don't have to spend a lot of time in here weeding. I can spend more harvesting. So these are the lima beans. If you look over the next row over here, you'll see my English peas. I told you earlier I didn't know if these were going to come in or not, but I had that farmer buddy of mine down here yesterday, and he told me that I might get some come July. So I might be a little surprised. The amount of rain we're getting this year is actually helping these. You can see they're burned a little bit on the ends, but I do expect to get some peas out of it.
So they should have been grown and harvested by now.
They should, yeah, absolutely. They should have gone in early spring, and they can even withstand the first frost as long as it's not too hard. So,
well, that kind of gets into your thinking about planting a fall and a winter garden, and so everything kind of gets planted throughout the whole year and harvest throughout the year.
Yeah, that's the first thing Peter told me is get where you pull and get stuff back down again. So, yeah, I learned a lot this year, obviously, and this was my first year, and I learned that English peas need to go in early, and we'll make sure that happens. I just went over to Buddy's house to look at his squash. I mean, look at that. I've got 8 fruit right there ready to come out. They're about 3.5, 4 feet tall, and I'm pulling right now. It's not in full production, but we're pulling about 10 squash a day. I've got about 30 up there right now. I think today squash will be on the menu. We got so much coming in, and you can see the little squash flowers in there. Maybe Chef Boyd can make some delicacies out of those. We'll have to challenge him. All right, we're down in front of my okra now, and this went in on April the 25th. And what I'm most pleased about is if you can zoom in right here in the center, you'll see the tender young okra coming up right now. We've got about 4 or 5 on each plant. They're about an inch tall right now, about an inch long right now. I expect Boyd will get them when they're about 3 inches long. I suspect this week he'll have them. So okra continues to give, so we're going to have okra in the house for the entire summer starting middle of this week. So
this is a 3rd row you staged over here next to these 2 big ones?
Yeah, I planted them 3 weeks apart, just so I could have some later production in the summer versus these. And again, first time garden, I'm going to see how it grows, and maybe it all should have gone at the same time. We'll know more a little bit later. I am pleased with my basil over here that came up pretty well.
Yeah, I was seeing that the other day. That's kind of neat the way they're all like their own little organized bushes there.
They are, and we use a lot of basil in the restaurant. I mean, we use a lot. Chef uses it in his basil oil. So these are about ready. When they start to flower, they start to get bitter, and I can see right now the tops of them are flowering. So today I'm going to be out topping them so that we can get some bushiness going on them. And then I got a second planting coming up. You probably can't see them, but I got a second planting coming up between each one of these, again, to give us some succession on the sweet basil. So here we are, in the middle of my tomato patch. That's a tomato with an R on the end of it, but right in the middle of my tomato patch. They're about 4.5, almost 5 feet tall in some areas. And as you can see, I've got some beautiful fruit on each one of these. And they're all heirlooms. So I'm expecting in about 3 weeks these will start coming in, and I don't think they're going to stop for a long, long time.
Well, Jimmy, what's Bill got to say about all this?
Well,
Huh?
Bill, you see the big smile on his face? He's as happy as I am out here. We've got fruit coming in. He's keeping my deer out, keeping my rabbits out. We make a great team, don't we? Come out and see us at Milton's Cuisine and Cocktails, and I'll give you a tour of the farm while you're out. Thank you.